Today is a very exciting video, but a very scary video at the same time. I'm just down the street from picking up my new motor for the P80 build. For now, I figured let's just go pick up the motor and then we'll talk about it and discuss the plans for the car and some exciting news for another car. Yeah. We have officially picked up the S60R motor, which sometimes you just never know what a lot of guys are going to say when it comes to a Facebook marketplace buy. And to some degree, I didn't really have a good feeling about going and buying this motor, but at least I went to go check it out, right? I started talking with the guy and I found out that he is a Volvo mechanic at our local dealership. So I was like, okay, like this guy definitely knows his stuff. So, you know, it makes him have more credibility. And then he was telling me all the things he did on the motor. So, you know, we can go down the list of like the front main seal, the rear main seal, the camshaft seals, the PCV, the VVTs. It has all new timing components and water pump. And it's all OEM Volvo, which is like insane. So, you know, like I feel like you just could not ask for a better platform to start on, let alone it's an S60R motor. So we got the 2.5 instead of a 2.3, which I know to some degree like the 2.3s can handle a little bit more heat. 2.5s can crack, right? But, you know, if we're taking care of this motor, we shouldn't have any issues. And also the guy said that he knew how to tune these things, which he could definitely teach me how to do. That way I don't have to get it tuned by somebody. So it saves a lot of money for, you know, like in the project, right? And we also get to have full access to monitoring this motor and making sure that it is as healthy as possible. Also talking to the guy, he said he put a camera down each cylinder. The valves were clean, the motor was super clean. He also did a compression test and that checked out to be super met. So we are 100% ready to go on this motor. It's got gaskets, it's got the cam cover gasket. I don't think it has an oil pan gasket, but you know, regardless, it's a good buy. And I ended up picking up this motor with a few accessories and a pair of C70 wheels for about $750, which, you know, like in some degree, I'm like, oh, that's a lot of money just because I've bought in Volvos for less than that running and driving. So, but at the same time, it's a motor that has all the maintenance you could ever ask for and has less miles than all my other motors. So I think it's a win. You guys can let me know in the comments below. I'm actually really curious to see what you guys have to say. If I want to be able to build the car once, you know, put a bigger turbo, E85, tune it, right? I want to do it once. And so I was like, it makes sense to get a new motor. Also, the build, like the refresh costs were going to be like around $500. And I was like, for another $200 to get a whole new engine, like an R motor, yeah, I'm going to do it. So I decided to pull the trigger on that. And I know that like some people are probably going to say like, yeah, you could refresh these engines for less, blah, blah, blah. But like in terms of what this motor has, like all the OEM stuff, and it's super healthy, you really can't beat it, I think. So the plan for my car now is to use this the R motor and then to combine it with the manual trans and do a LSD and then like eventually save up for a bigger turbo and then put a bigger turbo on it, tune it, E85, and make power. Obviously safely by doing cooling mods that are necessary for it, right? But aside from that, my car is definitely going to take longer than I thought. The only thing that is really just that sucks about these cars is the wiring. So once we overcome that, I'm really excited to see how these cars perform. Aside from that, I hope you guys are stoked for these projects, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.